Hey, so, um, excuse the mess. I'm like, yeah, video number two, still hanging from the weekend. Wanted to do a really quick video on the sun. I've got a whole list of videos here that I need to do, and I'm playing catch up. So I wanted to do a video on the sun. Okay, the sun is not a threat to us. I just want the sun is really active, and there's a lot of fear porn in the news and online about how the world's going to end, the sun's going to blow up, the sun's doing this, it's got a big hole in it. The sun is a sentient being, people. It's been around a long time, it knows what it's doing. Okay? It's got its own journey and it will end eventually. Its life will end, but it's not going to end today. It's unlikely to end tomorrow either. Okay? The sun is not a threat to us. It is pure light. It is pure love. It is pure source energy. Okay? All right? I need you to really think about that. The sun is pure source energy. It is pure light. It is pure love. It is source. It is another version of source exploring itself. That is not a threat to us. Okay? All right? It is our body. Our bodies are of a much lower vibration than the sun's energy. Okay? And that disparity, that gap between the sun's energy and our energy is what causes the problems. It is fundamentally a problem with us, not a problem with the sun, okay? And there are many, many people that sun gaze, not just sunbathe, but they gaze at the sun. And I'm not recommending you do this, okay? Not recommending it. I'm just telling you there are people out there that do it, okay? They have trained themselves. They have not done it instantly. They've trained themselves to be able to look directly at the sun. It takes a certain vibration and a certain vibration and a certain frequency. But our frequency is much lower. It's meant to be lower because we're in these bodies. The sun is a life giver, okay? It is a life giver. We could not exist without it. It is not your enemy, okay? I'm not recommending that if you burn easily, you go out and go, well, the sun's not my energy. I'm just going to lay here until it doesn't do it. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, be sensible, all right? I'm saying you need to build a personal relationship with it. I'm saying that if you can only last for 10 minutes in the sun, then go out in 2 minute increments and then spend 2 minutes longer. Okay? It's like a muscle. It takes building. It takes work. The sun is not our enemy. It takes you doing internal work, clearing your clearing all the crap that you've picked up from yourself, your other people, situations that you've been holding on to that don't mean anything to you anymore. This is all weighing your vibration down. It all causes density, and that density is what stops you from being able to really take in the light of the sun. The sun has upped its game. It's changed color not because it's being interfered with by the military industrial complex. It's changed color because it's gone up in frequency. It's gone up in frequency because the planet wants to go up in frequency. Because this is the galactic ascension machine, and that's what we're all meant to do, is go up in frequency. Okay, that's what graduation is. It's soul evolution. That's what we're all here to do. We're not just here to enjoy the joys of money, sex, and anything else you happen to come across on the physical plane. You know, we are here actually to learn as souls. We are learning about us. And the sun is also learning about itself. It's just at a different stage of evolution than we are because it's able to radiate solar energy, so source energy. It's a life giver, it's a light giver, but it has to communicate with the planets because the planet is also a living being. And we are a microcosmic version of that. How many people do you describe as sunny people? Okay? People who just radiate pure light, pure joy at various different points, not all the time, but they do. Okay? That's a frequency. Okay? There are people, there are probably people as well, but there are people out there that are training to be suns. You know? This This is an important fact because the sun has an awful lot of information in it. Its photons have a lot of information in it that can link us and help us towards our soul evolution. Okay? And if you are finding the solar energies too intense, that's an issue in you. That's not an issue with the sun. You are blocking something for yourself, not for anybody else. You are blocking yourself. Okay? Similarly, you don't have to be out in the sun to actually have a communication, have a relationship with the sun. Your bond with the sun goes beyond just its physical light. It's a being on its own. Okay? You can think, you can meditate on the sun. You can send your consciousness there. You can astral project there if you really want to. I wouldn't recommend it. Um, okay, I'm not recommending anything like that. But life is more mutable and flexible than you give it credit for. We've been locked down in a three-dimensional reality for a long time, and that's at some points, it was very, very low 3D. Hence the reason why you get a lot of 2D information coming through. And this is just my opinion, okay? This is not This is not fact necessarily. This is not necessarily truth. This is stuff that I've picked up that makes sense to me, and it might make sense to you. Um, in my opinion, and this is going to cause a huge amount. I'm dreading saying this actually, but I'm going to say it anyway. I do not believe in flat Earth. I thought we got over that in the Middle Ages, for God's sake. Flat Earth, for me, is a two-dimensional viewpoint because it's flat. That's what a piece of paper is. A piece of paper is a two-dimensional in my book. That's what I see as two-dimensional. I see it as flat because it lacks the third dimension. I mean, technically, it's light that gives everything its dimensions. Okay? Light is what gives everything its dimensions. Because the whole of the universal structure is based in a sea of light. It's called the nothing, by the way. It's called lots of things. I know it as nothing. It's what I believe to be the sea of light. It could be different. I'm still learning. I'm not perfect. Okay? My main point is to reconnect you with the sun. The sun is a beautiful being. Okay? Talk to it. And believe me, it does respond. It usually glows more at you when you just say hi. Everything has a consciousness. Everything has a consciousness. Everything in creation has some form of consciousness. Whether it's self-aware or not is another matter. And the higher up the frequencies you go, the bigger the being, the more likely it is to be self-aware. The planets are self-aware. That's why they can do what they can do. The sun is self-aware. That's why it can do what it can do. Is it totally self-aware? I don't know. We're all still learning. So is the universe. Do I think Prime Creator makes mistakes? Yes. I think it's a good thing. I think mistakes are a good thing, and that's the subject of another video, so I'm not going to go into that right now. Okay. And I promise this was going to be short. So what I'm saying is the sun is not your enemy. In terms of burning skin, please be sensible. Okay? But you can train your body to accept more light through doing work on yourself and also through just sensible. Like I say, if you can only handle the sun for 10 minutes, don't go out for the full 10 minutes all at once. Train yourself. Do 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 2 minutes. And then see how many minutes you can actually do. Okay? There's a lot of fear surrounding the sun, and the sun is not going to end. Not right now. It will eventually, but not in our lifetime. A lot of this is fear porn, which, fear creates control. If you were in a fearful state, you are much easier to control. That's how narcissists work. That's how psychopaths work. That's how Luciferians, Machiavellians, the whole of the dark side work on your fear and your negativities, your fear of losing out, your fear of not getting the girl, the boy, the job, the car, your fear of going without. When you realize that you are enough, then you flip the playing field and you start attracting in what you consciously want to attract in. But if you're always acting out of fear because you're not paying attention to yourself, anyway, that's the subject of another video as well. But, be good to the sun. The sun is trying to be good to you. Not all of the energies in the sun are going to be right for you. You're not, but a lot of the vast majority of the spectrum of the sun is for your benefit, along with the benefit of the planets and other beings. The sun has to communicate to everybody all at once, but it's source energy, and that's the main point of this. It's source energy. It's source light. It's not your enemy, unless you're made of darkness, and you've chosen to be in darkness, and then it probably is. But that's your choice. Anyway, hopefully these ramblings will make sense to somebody. Anyway, I love you lots. Take care.